Assalamu alaikum everyone, this is Nazi with Sprouting Education. So I have observed several Qur'an teachers out there who are very knowledgeable about the Qur'an but are struggling each day to teach children to read the Qur'an. As a special education teacher, I've been to several trainings on teaching children to read in English. I've applied what I've learned to teaching reading in English to teaching children to read Arabic. Because Arabic is very decodable and the concepts that teach children to read in English can also be applied to teaching children to read in Arabic. So I'd like to share a few important concepts on how our brains learn to read or decode phonemes. Hopefully these few concepts will help you improve your instruction and produce better results with your students. The objective of this lesson is to learn 3 neurological concepts to improve your reading instruction for decoding Arabic for reading Quran. The first concept is that teaching reading alone does not help improve writing, and teaching writing alone does not help improve reading. Reading and writing are 2 different neurological processes that happen in completely different parts of the brain. Studies of people who have experienced neurological damage, such as through strokes or injuries, have documented that reading and writing are 2 different processes. There are people who have lost their ability to read but continue to be able to write, and there's also people who have been documented to lost their ability to write but continue to be able to read. So there are a few materials that are most commonly used in Quran schools for teaching reading and writing. It's most important to remember that using these writing books would not help children to become better readers, and using these reading books will not help children to become better writers. So since the focus of this video is reading, let's take a look at the most commonly used books in Quran school for reading. They are the Nurani readers and the Quran Made Easy. The Nurani readers use the Uthmani script, while the Quran Made Easy uses the Urdu script. Therefore, most people of Arab backgrounds will tend to choose the Nurani reader, while most people of East Asian backgrounds will tend to choose the Quran Made Easy, or as they call it, the Qaida. A typical lesson with most Quran teachers involves the student sitting by the teacher's side and sounding out or identifying each letter one by one, row after row. Teachers have to work intensely to keep the students' attention on the paper as the children search their brains to find the correct sounds. Students tend to have a very short attention span for this type of activity. So while these are good tools for some short activities for teaching reading, it's important to have several different tools to keep the child's attention. So the second concept to understand teaching reading is to have many tools to keep the child engaged, and these tools should be multisensory. The tools should include kinesthetic or hands-on tasks, as well as tasks that appeal to the child's auditory and visual processing. So I'd like to show you another tool for teaching reading. This tool is called the Ilm Toolbox. It's available from Amazon and it costs $34.99, which I feel is a very good price for a product of this nature. Let's open it up for you. This product includes 110 magnetic letters that come in a box that's handy for storage. It has a lid that on one side has a chalkboard, on the other side has a whiteboard. The reason there are 110 letters is because each letter has 4 different forms. So You have your beginning, your middle, and your end, and then how the letter looks just when it's by itself in the alphabet, for example. There are some letters that only have two forms, and those are the letters that do not connect on the left side, such as the Z. There are also some letters that have several forms, such as the Hamza. Depending on not only beginning, middle, and end, but also on if the Hamza is on the top or the bottom of the letter. In addition, there are two ending has, the circle ha and the what we would call maybe the tied ha at the end. So those are different versions of the letters, and it's also important to realize that each letter has its own unique color, so that children can visually associate the letter's color with the sound. The reason this tool is so important is because it not only gives children the multisensory approach to learning to read, but it also addresses the third concept that you'll need to know about how children learn to read. The third concept is that research shows that children who are good readers learn to do 3 skills instantaneously. These skills are segmenting, isolating, and blending sounds and words. So I'll use the ILM toolbox once again to demonstrate how children should learn to segment, isolate, and blend sounds. Let's take the word kataba. Notice I'm having to move the letters around and that each letter has a different color. So again, it's appealing to a multisensory approach, kinesthetic and visual here. So what is segmenting? Segmenting is determining how many sounds are in each word. For example, the word kataba has 3 sounds. Ka, we're separating these, ta, and ba. That's segmenting. So the next concept is our task or skill is learning to isolate. For isolating, you would ask the child, for example, what is the last sound in the word kataba? And the child would say ba. Or what is the first sound in the word kataba? And they would say kaf, ka. And then the last task or skill would be to blend them together. Actually moving the sounds apart and then pushing them together helps the child to learn what blending is. So when they blend the sounds, they would go kataba, kataba, kataba. They would go faster and faster. So that's how you would teach a child to segment, isolate, and blend sounds. These tasks may seem simple to an experienced reader, but for a child, it's like teaching them to do aerobic tasks in their brain. Children need to develop coordination just as they do with any task. In the future, I'll be producing several videos that demonstrate lessons that you can use teaching the ILM toolbox to help your child develop their ability, his or her ability to segment, isolate, and blend sounds. In the future, I'll be producing several videos that demonstrate lessons that you can teach using the ILM toolbox to help develop your child's ability to segment, isolate, and blend sounds. I hope you found this video useful. Please visit my website or watch my other YouTube channels to learn more about how Sprouting Education can help you improve your Islamic school. Jazakallah.